Most people believe buying property is one of the best ways to build wealth. But here's the truth. Not all property builds wealth. And in many cases, the type of property you buy determines whether you grow your wealth or whether you destroy it. In today's episode, we will unpack and discuss the difference between buying property to live in and buying property to rent out, and which one actually builds wealth. But before we talk numbers, we need to separate two things. What is the purpose of this property that I intend to buy? Because there are two different ways to look at this. The one is lifestyle. This is when you buy a property to live in it. And the other one is buying property as an investment, when this property will actually pay you an income. And mixing these two is where most people go wrong. This is what most people do. You earn your first proper income, which means you qualify for a bond. And the first thing people say is, stop renting, buy your own place. Because why do you want to pay for someone else's property if you can pay for your own property? Sounds like good advice, right? But let's look at the numbers. If you buy a property with the purpose to live in it, let's say you buy a property for 1.4 million. You decide to finance this property for the full amount, meaning you go to the bank and you apply for a bond of 1.4 million and you finance this over a 20-year repayment term at an interest rate of 10.75%. This means your monthly bond repayment to the bank will be 14,213 Rand per month. Over the 20-year period, you will pay the bank 3,411,169 Rand for this property that you bought for 1.4 million. The question is, did you buy a 1.4 million Rand property or did you commit to a 3.4 million Rand expense? Now, most people will answer the question and justify their answer by saying, the property will also go up in value. And yes, they are 100% right. Most likely, the property and the market value would have increased. But even if your property grows to 3.4 million in market value, you've only matched what you've paid. You haven't multiplied your wealth. And it's important to mention, this is the fact, even before you have considered all the extra costs you would have incurred over the 20-year repayment term, such as bond registration fees, transfer cost, transfer duty, maintenance cost, rates and taxes, insurance, even repairs. So that leaves us with the question, from a wealth perspective, is the property you bought to live in a good investment? Well, I'll leave you to answer that question. My key insights from this example is buying a property to live in does not generate an income. It costs you money every single month. It's more a lifestyle decision, and it's not, definitely not, a wealth strategy. Now let's look at a different scenario. Instead of buying a property to live in, you buy a property to rent it out to someone else. Let's say in this example, you decide to buy a property for 800,000 Rand. You finance this property over a 30-year repayment term instead of a 20-year repayment term at the same interest rate of 10.75%. In the second example, your monthly repayment to the bank will only be 7,468 Rand per month. Now here's where it changes from the first example. Instead of living in this property, you rent it out to someone else for 10,000 Rand a month. The person pays you the 10,000 Rand per month to live in the property, and after you've paid the bank the 7,468 Rand in terms of your repayment agreement, you are still left with 2,532 Rand every single month. That's 2,532 Rand in income in your pocket. It's not an expense. Over the time, that income will continue to add up, and based on a simple calculation, not even taking rental increases into account, over a 30-year term, you would have earned in excess of 900,000 Rand in income from this property. And at the same time, your tenant, the person renting this property from you, has paid off the bond. And now you own this property outright. You've used someone else's money to finance your property. This is the shift that most people miss. Buying a property to live in means you pay for the property. Buying a property to rent to someone else means someone else pays for the property that you own. In simple terms, one property makes you money, and other terms, the property takes money out of your pocket. And the difference compounds over time. Let's discuss the long-term wealth strategy most people don't understand, now that we know the difference between buying a property to live in and buying a property to rent out. If you decide not to buy a home to live in early on, and instead you buy 2 to 3 rental properties each generating an income. Over time, the income will grow, your debt will reduce, and the assets will increase. Eventually, you will get to a stage where the rental income from your properties, for example, the profit you make monthly, will add up and pay for the home you live in. This is when you will truly win financially. Now, why am I telling you this? If you are still in internship, community service, or even early in private practice, it most likely means that you are still figuring out your life. For example, you're figuring out where do you want to live, what province do you want to stay in, where your kids want to go to school, where do you want to open your practice. There's a lot of things that's still uncertain at this stage of your career. Buying a property too early locks you in and often costs you a lot more than you realize. Whereas renting gives you flexibility. It gives you time to figure out what you really want in life. And most importantly, it allows you to invest strategically. So here's the takeaway. Buying a property is not automatically a wealth strategy. It depends on the purpose. If it's for living, it's a lifestyle decision. If it's for renting, it can be a wealth building strategy. So before you buy your first property, take a step back and ask yourself, is this property going to cost me money or is it going to make me money? If you get that right, everything changes. If you need help building a strategy that actually creates wealth, reach out to us at Money and Medicine and let's make sure your first property decision is the right one. Thanks for watching this episode and we'll see you in the next one. Until next time, plan.